We're meeting very close to the end of the cycle of time, and as we approach the end, time accelerates. I'm sure all of you have noticed that. The number of events per day of extraordinary end time significance, largely events of breakdown. Social breakdown of machines, infrastructure, social systems, breakdown of order of every kind, and the breakdown and the crack up are correlative, because those who cannot tolerate the breakdowns that are happening at every fractal level tend to begin to lose their own internal psychological balance, especially if they don't have an accurate context for understanding the logic of events and the benign destiny of all that is unfolding for those who are aware and attuned to the vibrational frequency of what is emerging as and blossoming, as well as what is breaking down. Because it's only the unreal, the technological, and the egocentric that breaks down. But that which is based in the real is organic and is eternal and invulnerable to the vicissitudes of time and space, and is able to endure without being touched by those events, because they are recognized as a dream field. And the awakened dreamer is able to sail through the let's say the white water of Chronos time as it approaches its final fate of emptying out into the ocean of consciousness that is no longer within the phenomenal plane or the space-time continuum, but returns to its original unmanifest nature as pure light, from which all of the collapsed quantum and quantum wave functions have decollapsed, and the light now returns to its formless essence. And in that transformation of energies from manifest to unmanifest, the permutations of every possibility must unfold and emerge, and also complete their karmic trajectory before the end of time, and thus they must emerge in very surprising and extreme forms. And so we have seen in recent days the rather blatant breakdown in the US of the injustice system, or at least the justice system became an injustice system in the Trump trial, and that has created an incredible increase of tension within that social order that is breaking down as the result of the lack of trust in the and legitimacy of the governmental authorities. And as the legitimacy disappears for more and more beings, then the system itself loses the necessary backing to be able to continue to function. at any of its levels, not just simply within one department, but within all of the manifestations of that no longer trusted authority. And so we are seeing a breakdown of social order and of heightened civil unrest. At the same time that we're also witnessing the very blatant onset of further plans of those who are, let's say, middle management of the depopulation program and its next phase of unfoldment. And so we're seeing the beginnings of manifest food shortages and manifest breakdown of the order of life as was expected. So, for example, in Europe, they are announcing mandatory conscription now of young adults into the army, men and women, and preparing for a war with Russia. And of course, this is not what the social contract had offered previously. And so this is also creating shockwaves and resistances and great anxiety as the world approaches the precipice of a final war that is no longer being hidden, but being openly spoken about as the goal of the policy that is motivating all of the activities of the various Western governments, for sure, and in that the excuses that people made of stupidity or of an unawareness of what these escalatory actions would lead to are no longer able to be upheld, and the very deliberate intention behind all of this is becoming manifest. And because it's moving so rapidly, it's extremely important that our own processes of conscious realization of the ultimate presence of the intelligence that underlies and is actually moving all of the pieces on the chessboard. And it's not the pieces that move themselves, they are moved by a power that transcends the activities, whether they are considered by any of the characters in the play as good or evil, and whether it's of east or west or of one power block or another. All of it is moving toward a particular ultimate climactic confrontation and explosion. And so it is of essential importance that Sat Yogis be in that state of consciousness that is already and always transcendent of the drama, by realizing you are formless, luminous intelligence, and your own creative capacity to perceive the beauty within the horror of the collapse and destruction, and to perceive the will of God moving through these various mid-level conspiratorial activities that are themselves unaware of their own roots within a deeper consciousness than they are aware of, that is moving them beyond the illusion of their free will as alleged masters of the situation, who are actually literally to be the fall guys of the plot and to be instruments of that power that transcends the intentions of the actors. And so we are in that phase in which many people are awakening out of denial that they had been in before, in terms of seeing the precipice that is being approached in the world, but they do not see the larger context of return to the light, of the revelation of the presence of God, and the redemption that is inherent in this movement from incarnation to the excarnated state of the reunion with the single whole intelligence that had always been the absolute core of every being, but because of their misidentification with the mental operating system of the body, were not aware and attuned and liberated from the growing anxiety of the internal narrative of the chattering mind. And without the power to silence that mind and receive inspirations and downloads from the mind of God directly, and become instruments of the transmission both of the wisdom, the light, the joy, the love, the peace and serenity as the world approaches this final period in which there is no internal disturbance.